Hello, everyone. I'm Kim Wells. I'm the Vote 411 coordinator for the League of Women Voters of Delaware in 2020. And this video is going to be a little demonstration of how you use Vote 411 to find candidate information. Vote 411 is your one-stop shop, we like to say, for election information. It has information about all 50 states across the country. League of Women Voters of the U.S. provides this as a public service to the voters of our country, and League of Women Voters of Delaware provides local candidate information as a public service to the voters of Delaware. So let's get started. To use Vote 411, you want to go to a web browser. You're going to type in vote411.org in the browser address bar and press enter. So here's the home page. Vote 411 has lots of good features. We got right here at the top, register to vote, check your voter registration status, and find what's on your ballot. These first two are actually going to redirect you to the state of Delaware's Department of Elections page, where you can register to vote in Delaware and check your registration status and change your party or your address or your name. A lot of the Vote 411 features actually do redirect to the state's resources, but Vote 411, we call it a one-stop shop because you don't have to remember those other places. All you need to remember is Vote 411, and it will redirect you where you need to go to do what you want to do. For this video, what we're going to do is pull up a personalized ballot so we can look at the candidate information in the upcoming elections. So I'm going to actually put in the address of our free library in Newark, Delaware. I'll click submit. All right, so that was because I forgot to select the state. Select Delaware, click submit. At the very top here, we've got some alerts because 2020 is a special year with special absentee procedures. This alert is at the top of the screen telling you all the latest information. And we have another video talking about how to request an absentee ballot in Delaware. Just be aware that in 2020, for the presidential primary and the school board elections, all Delaware voters can vote by absentee. Even if they're not sick, they can, on the absentee request form, choose the sick option or the temporarily disabled option per the Governor Carney's state of emergency declarations. But underneath that is what you normally will see in a normal year with no alerts. It's got upcoming dates. The next big one is July 7, the presidential primary. And then we have on the left here, find what's on your ballot. And you're going to click this Explore Now button under Find What's on Your Ballot. I'm going to make this just a little smaller so we can see more information at a time. So it's showing, here's the address that I've put in. It's come to the voter guide screen. It's asking me to click a button here, show my races. Oh no, this is, you know what? It doesn't like the address that I put in. So this is a really good illustrative point here. If what you get is a grayed out button and you can't click show my races, it doesn't like the address that you put in. So it'd be nicer if it gave us a little error message that says I can't find that address, but in this case, it just stops and won't go any further. So let's try this again. When you get this far, it can help you. So there's, it will show a little autofill, and that autofill address is the way that it knows 750 Library Avenue. So now I've got show my races and show districts. I'm going to click show my races. Now because it's the next election is a presidential primary, it's asking me for my party. I can choose Democratic or Republican Party. For the purpose of this video, I'll just say show all of them. Go to my races. And you can choose English or Spanish. For our Delaware races, we don't have the Spanish available, but for the presidential primary races, which have been provided by the League of Women Voters of the US, they do have questions and answers in Spanish as well. So I'll choose English, go to my races. Now it is showing me for that address that I put in, which normally you'd put in your home address, it's showing me what are the upcoming elections. Oh, this is not good. They haven't changed June 2 to July 7 yet. US President July 7 election is coming up. Christina School Board, there are two districts, District A and D within the Christina School District that have races coming up on July 21st. So what you do next is you choose which race you want to look at, and in the case of the September primary election or the November general election, there'll be a long list of races there. You know, there might be 12 different races that you need to vote on, from US president to governor to your state senator to your state representative to your county council person. There'll be all the races specific to you. So here we are in the election for presidential primary, which even though this says June 2, I will get her to change it to July 7. It was happening on July 7 now due to the 15th modification to the governor's state of emergency. So because there are several candidates for president, it's going to just show you the pictures of the ones that are still in. To look at the candidate information, you click on that candidate. So I've clicked on Joe Biden, and underneath here you'll see his biographical information, links to his campaign websites and other campaign information. And then there is a list of questions. These are questions that the League of Women Voters of the United States has formulated and asked of the presidential candidates. A half dozen different questions. Now here's the cool feature. If you want to compare side by side, you click the compare button under another candidate. So click the main candidate you want to see, click on him. The candidate you want to compare against, click compare, and now it'll bring those two up side by side so you can kind of go back and forth and see, well, this guy answered this way, this guy answered that way. Or gal. Let's get a gal up there. How did he answer the question? How did she answer the question? Now, I just want to make the point that the League of Women Voters of the United States is nonpartisan. We never support a particular party or a particular candidate. So when I'm choosing candidates here to show you on the screen, it's for illustrative purposes only. I'm choosing them at random. I'm not endorsing any of these candidates that I'm showing you on the screen. So you can either go back to view all my races, or if you want to just go to the next one in the line, click this little arrow button. So let's go to Christina School Board District A. Now, Christina School Board District has only one candidate in the A district. And this top part where we're explaining what school boards do has a little disclaimer here that this particular candidate will assume office automatically because she has no opponent. However, we still did ask the candidates who are running unopposed to answer our survey because we'd like the voters to be able to get to know them better. And this particular candidate did respond. And so you can read about her and her viewpoints and her reasons for voting for school board. Get to know your new school board member who will assume office in July. Let's go to the next race. Now here's a case where both candidates responded to the survey. And since there are two of them, it automatically shows them side by side. You don't have to go through, select one and show the other. You can take a look at, again, the biographical information side by side, the answers to questions side by side, see which of these two candidates fits your viewpoints better, which candidate you think will really represent you. Now, if this were, I'm going to go ahead and go back to view all my races, go back to the presidential election. If this were an actual one of the bigger elections and you have a lot of races to consider, one of the features of, let's compare these two interesting fellows. One of the features is you can check a candidate. And when you check a candidate in each race, we'll check that one since she's the only one. When you check a candidate, then you can build sort of a ballot list. And when you get finished, you can then, and you've made all your kind of mental choices. If you're someone like me who can't necessarily remember the candidate names, you can have that list of, these are my choices. These are the ones I kind of liked from Vote411. You can have it sent to you to yourself by email or by text, or you can print it out. And if you print it out, you can actually bring it to the ballot box with you so that you don't have to tax your brain now. What was the name of that one I liked? So that's what that checkbox feature. In the case of the school board race and the presidential primary, you probably don't need to do that because there's only a few candidates and you probably will remember their names. Let's see, what else do we want to point out here? Oh, we want to point out that if you want to look at other races that are not specific to your address, which I do because I'm curious about the other school districts, you can click this here, all races, and then it'll bring you this screen. You can choose Delaware. And now you can look at any of the other school boards. So maybe I'm curious about the Appoquinimink. Who's running in Appoquinimink? Oh, it'll bring up those candidates. If you do this, there's no quick way to go back to that screen that shows all the races. So you use the browser back button to get back there. Maybe I care about the Woodbridge School Board. I'd like to point this out too. So the League of Women Voters of Delaware has contacted all the candidates and asked every candidate from every party to give us their profile information, to give us their answers to our questions. Not every candidate chooses to respond. We do not, as the League of Women Voters, since we don't endorse candidates, we don't fill in information on their behalf. Everything you see on Vote411 comes from the candidate themselves. So we don't edit their answers, we don't shorten their answers, we don't cherry pick, we don't put words in their mouth. Everything on Vote411 comes directly from the candidates, so you can trust that the information is what they truly believe. I'd like to say, if you're looking for your school board candidate and they haven't put their information up there, contact them. Say, hey, I want to learn about you. Why isn't your information up on Vote411? We'd like to get every candidate to participate. In 2018, we had really good response rates. We had over 75% of the candidates in the statewide elections did participate in Vote411 from all parties. All right, I think that's it. This has been a quick demo of how you get candidate information on vote411.org. We encourage everyone to go there before every election. The school board elections, people don't vote because they don't think they know anything about the candidates. Well, here's a place you can find out about the candidates, find out what school boards do. Make this the year that you vote for the first time in your local school board election. You do not have to be a parent in the district. You don't have to have a child registered in the district to vote. In school board elections in Delaware, you need only be a citizen residing in the school district who is of voting age. So check out Vote411 and vote. Thanks for watching.